Hey, everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk with Nia Nicole. And this is another addition to my new, I guess you want to call it a YouTube series or YouTube talk show. But today we have a few business women joining me today. And the first businesswoman is going to go by the name of Lauren, and she is the owner of, well, I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lauren Lamar. I am the owner of Curvy Betty Wines, which is a wine company. We have multiple different wines from Cabernet Sauvignon to Valpolicella, Pinot Grigio. So whatever your palate likes, that's what I have. So, and I also have some T-shirts out and things like that. So make sure y'all check out my website.
Yeah,
And
I'll put her stuff in the description as well. I didn't know you had a website. I didn't know you sold t-shirts either.
yeah, gotta get it all.
Yes. And then we have also Jasmine. Aunt Jasmine, introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is JB Nicole. I'm the owner of Century Lux Candle Fragrance. I make all natural, handmade, hand pure, poured soy candles. I use a various variety of different essential oils. So I kind of become a chemist in my kitchen with pouring and tasting. I mean, not tasting. I'm thinking I'm talking about wine. Not tasting, smelling,
Oh,
smelling. Smelling the different essential oils, seeing what comes together, what gives me the best throw, because I don't want to be like every other candle company that's out. So I put a lot of thought and little details into every little thing that I put into my company.
good. And what I'm gonna do is because I can't see your name, so I'm just gonna do. Well, I don't think. Hold on. 'Cause I want them to be able to see your name, but it's cut me out. So, JB Nicole. So sorry. We're gonna get it together next show. But
Yes.
so my first question is, and this is for both of you guys, so whoever wants to answer first, go. But what made you guys want to, take that leap of faith and start your own business? Because when you just started this year, Jasmine, right?
Yes.
And Lauren, when did you start your business?
Yes, I started last November.
Okay, so you guys are fairly new. What made you say, like, I want to go ahead and start a business? And what made you choose the industry? Because you both are in different industries as well when it comes to businesses.
hmm Yeah. Well, oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was gonna let you start. You started before, so I was giving you the floor.
Okay. Well, I pretty much started this business at first. It's starting as a hobby. I love wine. I love wine. I'm a wine connoisseur. I try different kind of wines, domestic, imported, and I was always collecting so many wines. And I decided to make my own. And I wanted to make my own wine, make a good wine that people enjoy the flavor of, and that kind of appeals to every type of person.
Yeah.
And I wanted to pretty much allow other women to make wine as well. And sometimes I have women come in and I do like little workshops and things like that, because I want everyone to get a chance to know what it's like to have your hands in something and to wine make as well. So that's pretty much
That's
why I started. I feel like it's a big market. Winemaking is a pretty big market, but Black women in wine, of course, isn't a huge market, but it's becoming an even bigger market now, and I love to see that. And it just brings people together. Wine just brings people together. So that's the main reason why I started.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, I listen. I'll take one of your courses. But that getting into when it comes to just being able to make your own liquor and wine is just that's pretty cool. So Jasmine, what made you want to start with the candles?
Well, over the past few years, I've always wanted to start my own business. I've for years I've tried different niches and different hobbies, and I said, you know what, this is not for me. I said, let me just put a hold onto it and let me think of something that I know that I can put my all into when I do it.
Right.
So sometime midsummer last summer, I started to think about making candles. I just did my research on it, and then I, came up January. Said, okay, I'm just going to launch in March, and then here comes the coronavirus.
Yeah.
It kind of put a fire under my tail to actually launch everything in May. So I've been, it's kind of been a whirlwind process. I've only been active for the last month. I also have my own website as well, but it's just the candles give me comfort with making them and then smelling them after they've been created. Just going through the whole process of waiting for it to melt and then knowing to pour something. It helps you throughout your life as well. So, just the whole process I'm just involved with. So yeah, I like it.
What I'm getting is it started out as a passion and not so much as this is what I want to make money from. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of
Yeah,
people business like I'm trying to make this much money. I see this person making this much money. Let me go into this industry, and they don't really know nothing or anything about the industry. They just see the monetary value. So I
exactly.
think what I'm getting out of this is you guys, like Lauren, you love wine. Jasmine, you love making candles, and you probably started off like you said as a hobby. And then when you sell it, and I feel like so that's another thing. Like, were you looking immediately for the profit part of it, or was it just like, yo, like I can see people loving what I love, and then also make the money.
Yeah, definitely for me, I was not looking at the profit at first. And then as time went on, I began to see that people are interested. People would message me and say, "Oh, I want to try that. Is that for sale?" Or,
Yeah,
something like that. And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I see that there's a market for this. This is something I love and that I'm passionate about doing. Why not, be able to share my gift with others as well?
yeah,
And so that was a real beautiful thing that came out of something that was just starting off as a hobby, and then it turned into a business. I decided to get an LLC put behind it and get the proper permits and everything, and go off from there.
that's good. So Jasmine, because you have everything as well as far as your people.
Yeah, legal wise, yes. Legality, I have everything from my tax account with Philadelphia to my LLC to my IRS. Every paperwork, everything is legal. I was looking to make a profit, especially right now because this is my only income because these companies they're excuse me, laying us off.
Yeah,
And I'm just putting my all into everything that I'm doing because regardless of the fact I need something that my children can grow off of, whether it gets big or not. I need something that they can see that I started that they can do it too. So
yeah.
that's kind of my whole mindset.
When I used to have a business, I made sure to get everything as far as legally wise. And this was just something like, that I just did. And I want to say I got the LLC as well. It was so long ago. And I can still go back to it because it is on the book. So, with people who are just starting out, you don't have that stuff, that's fine. You don't need it. But if you want to see something out of your business, as far as when it comes to the state and stuff, I would say try to start that process. And it wasn't hard to leave, right?
It's not, well, in Philadelphia, I don't know everywhere else, but in Philadelphia, if you do not have a brick and mortar store, all of your paperwork is free.
Yeah,
You don't have to pay someone to go and get your IRS, your EIN number. You don't have to pay anyone to make your Philadelphia tax account number. You just have to make sure you're doing everything correctly and legalized. But you do not have to pay for that, especially if you're doing everything from home. It's free.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great that you said that, Jasmine, because a lot of people don't know that it's free. It's free to do, and it's excellent. Literally, you could take a hobby to a business and to the next level if you
Yes,
just put the steps and the work behind it. But it really isn't so costly that you just can't manage.
exactly.
And another thing, like that's not the hard part of business, like getting everything legalized. I know it's a little stressful, but what was one of the hardest things about starting your business, or is it still hard being a business owner?
For me, yeah. With being in the winemaking industry, there are a lot of individuals who have been doing it just for years, for decades now. And they're sommeliers. They know so much about wine. I mean, they can close their eyes and tell you what type of grape is in the wine.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit, disheartening knowing that I'm not at that point in my life yet. I'm not at that point in my business yet. And that's something that I try to work on, whether it's reading books or doing my research, is trying to gain more knowledge on my industry. Because if it's something that I love and it's something that I'm passionate about and stand behind, I want to be knowledgeable, and just as knowledgeable as the next person, as a sommelier, about it. And I wanted to continuously take it seriously,
Yeah.
as well. So just with that, just feeling constantly like you're just not good enough, you know what I mean, or you're just not at that point of somebody else. But I just have to remind myself that, this is the vision that God has placed on my heart, and this is what I need to be doing. So I can't worry too much about the next man. All I can do is perfect my craft.
Yeah, and that's good because it's the movie out on Netflix, and he wanted to be a sommelier. I forgot the name of it.
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that was a good. I watched it. It was a good movie. And he also had trouble because people in his community was like, well, why do you want to be a professional in wine? But that was his passion, and he went to school for that. So I get where you're coming from as far as the hard part and not feeling like you're doing enough. But I think you're doing a good job because
Yes.
I'm wine. That's a big industry because it's
It
so
is.
many different brands out. That it's just like, well, what is this brand? What is that brand? So, like you said, as long as you're pushing yourself to learn more, you'll be right up there with the next people. You just gotta. So, Jasmine, what was the hardest part for you as far as candles go? Because candles is another big industry too. You saw in Bath and Body Works, they had a little style and it was long.
Listen, and Laura, I'm glad you ended with what God giving you that vision, because I feel as though God gave me so many different visions that He doesn't give them to just anybody. If that was the case, everybody will be creating businesses every day. And I feel like with me getting the type of energy I put in my candles, it's hard going through not having other income coming in. It's hard going through having supposed family and friends not support you. It's hard going through creating everything from sketch, but wondering if you're going to get a sale today. It's hard going through so many different things, but as long as you push yourself, as long as you have the right people in your corner, I promise you, you would never fail. I was told to my face, my prices was too much. What did I think I was, Yankee Candle? And I'm like, I don't think so. But I give a lifestyle in my candle brand. So why would I worry about what Yankee Candle and Bath and Body Works is doing? Because I'm not them. I'm Century Luxe. You understand what I'm saying? I put art and I put in my hands into my candles that I make. I make sure everything is perfect. I make sure there's a smell. I make sure there's, an aroma that comes. I don't just throw out a candle. So it's just so hard when you just put every little detail and all of your heart into your brand, and people just, they try to stump on it in front of your face.
Yeah, and that could be very hard. But we've had conversations. I said, listen. As far as don't worry about who's not supporting you. Worry about who is supporting you, and you are going to have people who are strangers who are going to support you the most because they don't know you. You never know what people have. They might have an underlying issue with you starting your own business, and they might not. So you can't, as long as you have those supporters who's buying your, products, I say, that's the happiest part of it. But I definitely get where you're coming from as far as the hard part and people telling you what you should charge and what you shouldn't charge.
Yeah.
Definitely not lowering it for you. No. Not lowering it.
And you can't have expectations that your certain family members are going to, support you, or certain friends are going to support you, sometimes it's people that you don't even know that really support you. And that's what I've learned, in business along the way. People I don't even know just want to extend a hand out and just want to help you out. And, or, support you or stand behind your brand. And, that's great. And as you were saying, Jasmine, you're different from, Yankee Candle and some of these other brands. It's not about, what we're charging. It's about what the work that we're putting behind our, you know what I mean?
And the meaning as well. We didn't just throw out anything and just say, hey, buy this. There's meaning behind all of our brands. And, I just thank God that we have platforms such as, being live with Nia Nicole to, just communicate with each other, having helping hand, a helping smile, just love on each other and just push each other up. So I'm gonna let you get back to your question.
It's a great, some people might just repost your stuff. They might not have bought your product yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's support as well. Now if they ain't did nothing, then just let them rock. They'll come around when they want to come around.
Yeah.
But I look at support as non-monetary wise and then monetary wise. Some people might have it. But as long as the support from wherever it's coming from, I say for it. Now that's the downside or the hard part of it. What's the upside for you guys of having your own business?
Well, definitely. Just being your own boss is always a great thing. I don't really have anybody over me, of course, but my customers, because they concur, So if they give me insider input, I'm definitely all open ears to that. But, as far as, a boss over your shoulder, micromanaging you, telling you what you need to be doing, how I need to be making my wine, I can decide how I want to make my wine. I can decide how it's going to taste. I can decide if I want to add a whole bag of oat chips or just half a bag, because I don't like the structure that it tastes like. And, that's and that is what I like, and it's what my customers like. And I like to make products that are good for everybody, that everybody is going to like, that everybody's going to enjoy. And yeah, just being your own boss, pretty much.
So your upside is being your own boss, which we all, I know I will. I'm going to get to that point one day because I'll be going through it with. But I definitely agree with being your own boss. Waking up when you want and knowing that you can go to your own business and you're making profit. Jasmine, what's the upside for you?
The upside, other than hearing the ka-ching on your phone when someone buys something from your website, just knowing that I'm creating something and people are loving it. There's times where you meet someone that says, I got this product from somebody and I just don't know who they are. I just don't know where it is. I want that product again. I want to go get that, shea butter again. I want to go get that candle again. So I love being able to know that someone loves my candle. Like, oh yeah, it smells good, girl. And light up my whole room. Is you going to make something else? But yeah, that's kind of, my heart happiness. Hearing the thing and knowing people love what I'm making.
Yours is the reviews and stuff and getting good.
Yeah.
You will get some bad ones, those but hopefully I can take criticism. I know the bad reviews come with, even better reviews. So another one of my questions are, there's a lot going on, especially with, we had Blackout Tuesday. A lot of people took Blackout Tuesday to support Black businesses and just, to just bring forth some type of movement as far as that goes. What is something you had to overcome being a Black woman in the industry? Because I know both of you guys are fairly new, so I know it's not much, but what are some things you guys had to overcome?
Well, definitely for me, just, having those doors, shut in my face, having certain people not wanting to work with you or have you, vendor at their events because, it's just, exclusive to, who they want to bring in, and, that's their choice. But also knowing that this is not a market that was made for people that look like me. And, a Black woman in wine, I just have to, stand up and show everyone that this is a market for, individuals who look like me, and we will thrive and become the best that we can be.
Yeah.
And we do that by, creating our own market and being our own bosses and not letting anyone, give us opportunity. We have to make our own opportunities.
Definitely agree because
Yes.
you just actually made me want to look up black owned wine brands. I don't really think I know any black owned wine brands.
Oh yes, I'll send you a list. There
Yeah.
there are there are so many Black owned wine brands, Black owned wineries and vineyards.
I want that
Such
list
as
too.
different ones. So I definitely will.
Okay, yeah, because I've actually wanted to go to a winery for a very long time. I don't know if we have any black owned in Pennsylvania. I hope we do.
In
But
Pennsylvania, I'm sure there's a handful.
oh, you know what? We do have a wine. It's a wine garden, and this lady sells wine, and she's a black lady. So, yeah. But yeah, I'll be looking
Good.
at the list.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jasmine, what is the upside? Well, not the upside. We went over that. What is have you dealt with anything as far as being a black woman in the industry and owning a business?
I mean, per se, not as of yet, because all of my sales, I haven't been able to, actually have a contact with someone. All of my sales been, word of mouth and been shipping all over. But, just as well as Lauren said, this industry is not made for someone to look like me. And, I love my history and knowing that, hundreds of years ago, we had our own towns, we had our own communities, we had our own, states and things like that. And I'm big on for us to be able to become financial literate and also, building our own dreams, building our own area so we don't have to continue to feel, that we're not in the right industry. We don't, have to feel that we can't start that because, people like me don't do that. People like me don't succeed in that. It's just that's my mindset of me continuing. I haven't, physically witnessed, like I said again, any indifference, but that's my whole mindset, regardless if I do encounter it or not.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we surely did have our own town. We were selling hair products and pretty sure we had candles. We were selling candles. That's another thing I gotta look up after
Listen,
I get off of here. Because one of the movies that inspired me was the Madam C.J. Walker movie. She, in her kitchen making up her product, and she was inspired by somebody. Whether or not the story is a little different to other people, I saw
right.
that she was inspired by somebody, and she went on to make her own products. But that movie was awesome. It was eye opening, and she pushed her product. She, felt good about her product, and she had some, even with men in the industry, she had an issue with even getting her foot in the door and being, promoted by men of color. Because back then we were looked at to be in the kitchen, but now I see more women stepping up with businesses, and especially the hair industry. And now we have different industries that you guys are in. It's just like women are like, listen, we want our money. We know we like nice things too. So this helps with getting those nice things. So what advice would you give other people who are looking to start? Because I'm not going to say small, because small businesses is out the door. Businesses, period. What would you say about starting your own business?
Yes. I would say just don't let the fear of failure keep you from pursuing that dream, to keep you from going to the next level. Don't think because you don't have all your ducks lined up in a row, oh, I don't have enough money to do this, or I don't know if I can get the proper licensing. I don't even know people that well. I don't know if people would support my business.
That's a good one.
You have to just go off of faith, and you just have to take that leap and just go for it. Just go for it. Just do it, and it will happen. If you put the work behind it, just it will. Your dream will come true.
Yes. To agree and, to continue on from what Lauren just said, you have to put the work behind it. We all have days. There's been days where, I didn't do anything or promote my business because I, let myself, get down and things like that. But the advice that I can give someone coming up and coming new, don't get in your own head. Don't be your own enemy. Just keep pushing, keep moving. Don't think because, people like us, I'm not even gonna say minority because I don't like the word minority because I'm not a minority. But
Right.
like us can do whatever anyone else can do. We can create, ice cream stores. We can create, car shops and things like that. So just keep it pushing, keep it moving. Just keep faith. God is giving you, whomever your God is giving you these ideas for a reason. So please do not just, let them go astray. Write them down, attack them however you need to attack them, but just do it.
Okay. It was both advice because a lot of people get in their own head. Like what you said, Lauren, they don't think they're going to have people who support them because they don't know that many people. But you're not coming out as a brand, branding yourself. You're supposed to be promoting your product. So as long as you promote your product, you have faith behind your product, I believe that you will prosper in what you're doing. And then I also believe as well as it's not going to happen overnight. I think a lot of people are looking for overnight results. It
Yeah.
can take you 5-10 years. I truly believe people are getting caught up in the social media world now and they're looking for overnight results and it just doesn't happen like that. So I think both of you guys' advice was awesome. And my advice is I had a business, I stopped, I might start again, but that's my business, when I want to start again, no judgment zone. I think a lot of people are also, fearful of judgment as well. Because, oh, she did this already. Listen, if this is what you want to do and you love it, I say go for it. Now, for both of you guys, do you are you looking into expanding your businesses? Because I know Lauren, you had a lot. You had a lot.
Yeah, she moves. I've been watching her since she's been started. She's been moving.
You know about
Yeah,
the
you
teacher.
can move too, both of you. But I am now doing wine consultations. So I consult, women and men that want to, get started in the wine industry. And, I can reach back and, now teach them, things that I've learned along the way and how to get started in your own business as well. As I said before, I do the wine workshops where if you're interested in making wine, you can reach out to me and I would, teach you as well. And, ultimately I want to have my own winery and I know that one day that will happen. And I just have to stay the course and, stay positive and, keep a healthy mindset and it will happen.
Awesome. Jasmine, what about you? What about health or skin? What's going on?
Well, I'm in the midst of writing down different ideas of what I want to attack. I don't want to do too much in the beginning to overwhelm myself. So I have a different few candle fragrances that I have on my website. But what I'm doing right now is just trying to see what my next product will be. What I could come out next with, something that's a little bit different that I know that I like, that people will like. I don't want to just throw anything, out on the website. So I'm looking at, what my next product will be. And then eventually I want to have my own little, small candle shop,
Yeah.
and that's run by my family, that we can run together. We still continue to make them handmade or in either a home or, a storefront or however it's ran. But that's my plans.
Yeah, as long as we manifest, what we want, I
Yeah.
say, it's awesome. You want to
Yes.
say more?
Family run businesses. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Well, family run businesses, let's just reach out to, each other and let's create generational wealth and
Yes.
generational businesses and let's build each other back up.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? Hopefully we can start to not buy black, but buy back our blocks. I know I live in an inner city and I don't really see a lot of black owned businesses, on my avenues and things like that. And if anything, I would have to, normally go to like flea markets or farmers markets or something like that. So, like you said, family owned businesses or, even online. It's just we need the resources to let us know about these different businesses. And I think what's going on right now in the world, it's starting to come to fruition. A lot of people are looking to buy black, and a lot of these big corporations, true colors are coming out. People are outing them for what they get into behind the scenes. So a lot of people are looking for buying black, and so that's something I'm going to try to promise myself to do, buy black. Of course, do my research. But I'm all for it. I don't have an actual, business, but I'm definitely all for supporting. Now the prices can be a little pricey with some of these businesses, but just gotta save your coin. Is there any last, words you guys want to say before we end out our conversation?
Thank you for having me, Nia. I'm really appreciative for this. And just everybody make sure that you go on Curvy Betty Wines, that you look at my website, that you look at everything that there is to offer. I have a couple of, informational podcasts out. So hopefully those can answer some of your questions as well that you may have. So I'm here to help.
You said an informational podcast, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna send me all that, and I'll go ahead and put it in the description below.
Okay.
Do you have anything else you want to say before we end out?
Yes, Nia, thank you guys, for our live show today. This is my first ever actual interview in regards to my business. I did a little bit better than I thought I was going to do. But if you guys head to my website, it's Sintrelux, Sintrelux, LLC.com. I'm also on Instagram, Sintrelux Fragrance, and also on Facebook, Sintrelux. If you have any questions, I also have an email at centrelux@gmail.com. But yeah, thank you so much, Nia.
No problem. And I have your product, Jasmine. So I'll show you. And I'm with your product. I don't know if I'm gonna add your product in when I get it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try to find a way to add it in. But this is candle.
Yes, I can.
Oh, very nice.
Yes, I handmade. This is actually one that I'm debuting for Father's Day. It's on a few of them. It's called Night Bourbon.
Oh, okay. So is it mainly for men?
Yeah, it's for Father's Day. I mean, a lot of females like my manly smells that I have because it don't just smell like overwhelming. I'm a man. It's a breakdown. It's doable. It's really good for the house. It's very airy, but you still, as soon as you open the can, you can smell it. And I'm not telling a story. It's another one. They come with sage stick. So anytime you order, Nia did show you, you get a sage stick. And then also I give you a little information things inside about, what you're getting. So yeah, I'm done.
I know you got your product somewhere.
Yes, Lauren.
Yes, this is an example of the Curvy Betty wines. This is the premium dessert flavored wine. I also have South African Sauvignon Blanc out right now, and I come up with different flavors throughout the seasons. So right now, these are my most popular. So I'm pushing these at the moment, but throughout the seasons, make sure you stay tuned because I do constantly change up my wines and labels.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Yes.
That you have a blanc. What I know you got a white wine, right?
Yes, and that's the Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc is a white wine. Yep. Cabernet Sauvignon is a red wine.
Okay. See.
Well, when the next time are you coming back?
We sounded like
Lauren, when the next time are you coming back up here towards Philadelphia? Because I know you only make local deliveries.
I do. I deliver in Georgia right now, and that's another part that's the hardest part. It's prohibited to ship wine to individuals outside of the state of Georgia. Yes. So,
never knew.
Yeah, you can't do that. So, which is horrible. So hopefully I'll end up in stores very soon so that people won't have to worry about, me transporting the wine. A lot of the times when I come up to Philadelphia or go to other places, I take the wine either with me, you know, in my vehicle or via plane. So I'm able to distribute it that way as well. But I'll probably be up to Philadelphia in a couple of months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do a thumbnail. So if you guys hold up your product, that'll be our thumbnail. And I'll count down because I don't have a product to hold up. So I'm just going to Jasmine, let me see yours. So yours can be, I'm about to say, because it's a reflection.
Let me see. Hold on.
Okay, yeah. All right, well, okay, never mind. All right, so 3, 2, 1. All right, we're good to go. So this was awesome, ladies. You guys are making me want to do my research now when I leave, but I need a coffee, so not right now. But again, I want to thank you both for taking out your time on this Sunday. I know a lot of us are busy, even though we should be in the house. It's COVID. We should not be out, but you know. Well, Atlanta's open, I know. So you can be out in Philadelphia. But again, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And just, follow me. It'll be plenty of more of these to come. But again, thank you for joining us and these lovely ladies who are taking their industries by storm with their businesses. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.